Hello everyone. This is a channel update video that's quite personal, so if you don't know who I am or you don't know much about this channel, there's probably not much reason to watch this. I just wanted to give a warning for those that might have just stumbled upon this video. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get started. Yujin and I don't really do this kind of personal stuff on this channel, but we figured since we haven't been uploading anything, it's just a good idea to let people know kind of what's been going on in our lives and kind of what to expect with the future of this channel. So yeah, basically we were in Sapporo, Japan in January. At the time, we kind of received some pretty bad news. Yujin's mom had been battling stomach cancer for the past couple of years or so. She was kind of just getting all the treatments that she needed to get better and to recover again. And when we were in Sapporo, Japan, we got a message saying like, that her situation is getting kind of serious and it's getting a little bit worse. We made the decision to just kind of stop everything that we're doing, all the videos and all that kind of stuff, and just book flights back to Korea and just be together with her mom and her family, because that's like family and friends come first, you know, before everything, before any travels or adventures. It's important to kind of to be around the ones we love, like especially in times like that. So basically we got back here and she continued to do chemo. It was like every week at that time. She just got weaker over time and she couldn't handle it. And unfortunately she did end up passing away just over a month ago at the time of this video. So it hasn't been a very good year for sure. It's been a very sad year. It's been very unfortunate and very unpredictable for sure. Yujin's mom really kind of captured the essence of what I think a lot of people believe in that watch these videos, you know? Like, she was always exploring nature. She was really into hiking, and I think she hiked every single mountain in Korea that's hikeable, which is a very impressive feat. And she was a really big supporter of us always going into nature, and she was always so happy for us out doing things together and just kind of making the most of life while we have the time, you know, because like life is just so unpredictable. So Yujin's mom was such a bright lady. She always made me feel so at home, and I was so lucky to be able to know her and to kind of learn from her, and just hearing her laugh and kind of just, she could make anyone's day, you know? She was such a bright soul, and I know that now she's still exploring those mountains wherever she is. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of explain that situation first because that's the more serious part of this video. And yeah, for part 2 of this video, I just wanted to give kind of a little channel update, kind of what you can expect from the future of this channel. Okay, this is part 2, and you might notice that I'm in a new place now. This is about 1 month after the previous section. I'll just continue with kind of the past of Lost and Found and what we're gonna change into the future to make this channel kind of more of a career. Basically, for those that don't know, Yujin and I made videos on this channel since about April 2021, and we made videos every single week. So that included like cycle tour videos. We did a lot of like kind of cheap restaurant tours in Korea. Then we ended up traveling to Vietnam, Thailand, and Japan. Out of all of the videos that we filmed, I think our best videos were always in Korea. We kind of understand how things work here a lot better, so it's easier to film and kind of share information at the same time instead of like traveling to another country while we're kind of being overwhelmed by everything, right? So in the past, our videos were kind of just documenting our journey together as honestly as possible. So like we started cycling around Korea, then we kind of downsized our life into a small studio apartment, and we tried some different jobs here and there, and we were just trying to kind of share with other people kind of what it's like to live in Korea as a couple that doesn't really make that much money, just doing like food delivery and video jobs on the side and stuff like that. And to be honest, we were pretty happy with the quality of the videos. We never really had a problem with that, but I think they were a little bit too much from my perspective, to be honest. In the future, it'd be cool to include Yujin's perspective a lot more and kind of get her insight on some things, because it'd just be cool to share kind of more 50-50 between us, the experiences we face and kind of what's going on through our journey together. So that'll be more fun to kind of hear more from Yujin's perspective as well. One mistake we made in the past was we focused mainly on filming and editing, but we didn't care at all about like thumbnails and titles. For example, some of the videos that we made, I would spend like 5 days, just almost like a full-time job, just editing. We'd get to the point where it's the end of the week, the video's got to be uploaded, and I just throw a thumbnail and a title really quickly together, just to make it in time for the upload. I didn't really care too much, or didn't really think too much about it. Like, obviously, we tried to make them somewhat visually appealing, the thumbnails and the titles, to be as accurate as possible. But I don't think we did a good job at increasing our own viewership, or we didn't really stick out too much. If people would stumble across our channel, they probably didn't think it was anything interesting, or we probably didn't gather too many people's attention, to be honest. And lastly, we just didn't really make that much money on this channel. We were making about $50 a month for the videos we made. So, I mean, that's just enough to cover a phone bill basically. And for the amount of work and effort we were putting into it, there wasn't a lot of motivation to keep going because we just weren't really making that much money, right? Now that we've had a lot of time to kind of sit back and reflect and think about it, we want to make some changes to Lost and Found. And I'm just going to share them here really quickly for people to kind of know what to expect from the future of our videos. So first of all, our videos will probably mostly be based inside Korea. Kind of what it's like to live here, what goes on here, what it's like to travel here. I mean, this is kind of our area of expertise. Like, obviously Yujin's Korean and I've lived here for 10 years now. So I feel like we have the knowledge and experience to share like a lot of information about Korea, and both of us kind of understand what's going on here. Obviously, Yujin is Korean, so she knows exactly what's going on, and I've studied Korean to a pretty much fluent level. I can get by and do kind of anything I want to, and I can understand what people are saying. And obviously, I'm not to the level of a Korean person, but I understand enough to give my own insight and opinion on what it's like to live in this country and kind of what Koreans are going to on a day-to-day basis. So the content that we're going to be making it'll be a lot of different categories. Like, we'll be focusing on things like food or traveling around Korea, just any aspect of Korean society that's kind of interesting and worth sharing, because this society is really, really special. And it doesn't really get portrayed accurately on media. Like, a lot of people mostly just focus on like K-pop or maybe the movies or the dramas here, but there's a lot of things that go on in Korean society that aren't really heavily focused on, and we'd like to share those things because it is really, really interesting. It's a country with a lot of depth. Yeah, there's just so much to talk about here, you know? So that'll be fun to create content about Korea still. One thing that we should change in our videos is to create more of a sense of purpose and meaning. So rather than just giving people information, it'd be really awesome to be more kind of insightful and go deeper into topics and kind of just show what it's actually like to be a Korean, or what it's actually like to live here as a foreigner in Korea. Kind of all of the amazing things or the challenges you face. There's really a lot to talk about. And instead of just giving information on Korea, it would be good to go kind of deeper and kind of share the meaning of like why I live in Korea, or why Yujin's the way she is and she doesn't really follow all the like cultural norms of Korea, right? And going forward, just like before, the most important thing on this channel is just to remain as honest as possible. Obviously, we have to make this a career, so the thumbnails and the titles might change a little bit. They might be a little more cheesy, kind of what you expect when you see on social media. If we want to make this a career, we have to play that game. We can differentiate ourselves in the videos for sure. But as far as thumbnails and titles go, I think we'll be trying some new things just to try and capture more attention. We'll make sure that the videos stay incredibly honest. We don't want to overplay things or act like things are better than they are. And in terms of, I'm sure maybe I'm kind of thinking way too far ahead now, but maybe there will be opportunities for us to promote things or get sponsorships. We'll only accept those from companies that we kind of believe in and we think are good for society. The last thing we want to do is just focus on money and kind of lose a little bit of our integrity and kind of film things that we might regret later. And in order to make this a career, I think we're gonna have to implement a Patreon. Because we were putting so much time into the videos before and not really making too much money, we kind of have to find a way to make this a viable career. The Patreon is kind of a way for us to offer some services in order to get donations or money. This is something that we didn't really want to do from the beginning. We did want to make YouTube a career, and we didn't really have the viewership to just do it from views itself, right? So I think the Patreon will give us a little bit more motivation to work harder, make better content, and provide certain services to people that might be worth their money. Obviously, there will not be any pressure to join or to donate or do any of that. Our videos will still continue every week, just like they did in the past. We can spend less time doing other jobs like food delivery or freelance video jobs and kind of focus more on this channel and make our life kind of revolve around this channel. Yujin also has some ideas to make things for the Korean audience as well, because that's kind of where we're lacking a little bit. So it's her plan to make a blog. It'll all be in Korean, so unless you understand Korean, it might be hard to read, but she's just going to share kind of her experiences of, right now she's focusing a lot on eating healthy and kind of staying active, building good habits to feel better in daily life. I think she has a lot of wisdom to share with people, and she might even kind of re-edit some of the older footage that we shot into like Korean for the Korean audience to kind of share her perspective a little bit more. So that's something that I'm really excited about, and I hope this doesn't give her too much pressure. Obviously, there's no pressure to make these videos or to continue the blog, but it's just kind of something extra for her to do with her time, since most of the time I'm the one editing these videos, and Yujin also needs something to occupy her time and kind of be productive with the stuff we're doing together. So that'll be really, really exciting. I'll share the links down below just if you're curious. Like, she takes a lot of really cool pictures too, so even if you don't read Korean, it's cool just to look at. So yeah, that about wraps up the channel update. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that supported us in the past, watched the videos, or even just came around one time or like watched a couple minutes, you know. It's extremely humbling that people were interested in our story and they kept commenting. We really, really appreciate everyone that was following our journey and kind of sharing their own journeys or leaving us some nice comments or even questions here and there, you know. So just want to say thank you a lot for doing that. And right now, recently, I've filmed 2 interviews, one with a YouTuber that's called Where is Dan? He's kind of a travel YouTuber that's been traveling around a lot this past year and making vlogs during his journey. And the other interview is my friend Eamon, who lives in Taiwan, and he's a teacher there who speaks fluent Mandarin Chinese. And his story is pretty insane. He was planning on going back to America forever, and when he went back there, he experienced a lot of kind of reverse culture shock, and he found out that it just wasn't really the society for him. So he ended up moving back to Taiwan after thinking he'd be in his home country forever. So he has a really, really interesting story as well. After those 2 videos, we'll be going back to the content that we used to make. So just wanted to say thanks everyone again. Thank you so much for all of your support. Thanks for leaving comments even when we weren't making videos. We're really sorry we weren't able to reply to them. It's been a really, really rough year. But we're just getting our stuff together right now, and we hope we can make some fun content for everyone to see. And just wanted to say I hope everyone's healthy and happy, and take care of yourselves. And life's short, so just keep having fun out there, eh? We'll see you soon.
맛있어?
먹어.
Oh yeah.